Welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. In today's tutorial, I am going to be cutting some of the Dollar Tree chopping mats, and I'll be using my Cricut Explorer Air 2. I'll also just show how to do it quickly with my Cricut Maker. It's pretty much the same process. And there is a secret, there is a key to cutting these mats. Don't worry about that. There's a key to cutting these mats successfully, and I'm going to share it with you in this video. At the end of the video, if you find it helpful, please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let's look at all of the materials and dive right in. The materials I'm using for this tutorial include my Cricut Explorer Air 2, blue painter's tape, Dollar Tree chopping mats. I'm using my purple strong grip mat, and I will use the deep point Cricut blade. The files that I'm downloading are coming from the Creative Fabrica website. Let's go into Cricut Design Space. I am in Cricut Design Space and I am connected to my Cricut Maker. The first thing I'm going to do is upload this file that says Happy Easter. I downloaded the file from the Creative Fabrica website. Once I look in the layers panel, I can see this file is made up of layers, and I am deleting the hearts because I don't want to use those. The next thing I did was went over to images, and I'm going to find a set of bunny ears to add to my file so it doesn't look so boring. And I just kind of scroll through. Now, if you're not a Cricut Access subscriber, then I suggest getting, a pair of bunny ears either from Creative Fabrica or Design Bundles or from another website where you have access to SVGs. So I'm just kind of scrolling through until I find some that catch my eye or some that I want to add to this file. Found a file that I like, and when I look in the layers panel, I can see that this file only has one layer, which lets me know that I'm going to have to use the contour option in order to remove the parts I don't want. What I typically do is click hide all contours, and then I click on the pieces I want to keep, and then just click again to remove the pieces that I don't want. So I have the bunny ears now. I will make sure it's centered with the words Happy Easter, and then I will go down to the menu at the bottom and make sure the whole file is welded together so that I only have one layer. I have resized my file down to right at about 4.6 in width. What I'm going to do now is just bring a square on top of it. Well, I'll actually move the file on top, and I'll make it a little bit wider. And once I have the image and the square centered, I'm going to select both and click on just center for my alignment, and then slice. I can remove the other parts that I don't want and just keep the part that I do want. Now I'm going to slow the video down right here because I want to show you how I'm going to be able to cut with two machines at one time. Now, if you look at the top of my screen where my mouse is, you can see that I'm connected to my Cricut Maker. What I'm going to do with the file is right click and choose copy. Then I'm going to click on the three dots. I'm going to click on File and New Window. Once I give my Cricut a chance to open a new window, I'm going to click OK right here. I'm going to click on Blank, New Project, Blank Canvas. What I'm going to do now is once my new canvas opens up or my new window opens up, I should be connected to my Cricut Explorer Air 2. I have two Cricut cutting machines and I want to use both of them at the same time. Now remember, I did right click and choose my copy, and now I'm going to connect to my Cricut Explorer Air 2. You can see that it's connecting. And once it's connected, I'm going to right click on my screen and click paste. So now I have that Happy Easter image twice. I have it in the Maker screen and I have it in my Cricut Explorer Air 2 screen also. And the best thing about it is that both files are the exact same and they are the same size. Now here is where I can kind of go in and double check the settings I want to use for my Cricut Explore Air, because the settings might not be the same as the settings that I'm going to be using for my Cricut Maker, because both machines have different pressure settings. However, if I want to check my settings, I can click under my name and go to settings. I can look right here and I can see a setting for Dollar Tree chopping mat with a force of 341, 4 times in terms of like how many cuts I want it to do, and to use my deep point blade. And that is for my maker. And then I can go in and create those same exact settings for my Cricut Explore Air 2. In order to navigate between the two windows, I will just be choosing the option you can see at the bottom of my screen right there where I have two Cricut windows open. So right there for custom material settings, it looks like it disconnected from my Explore Air 2. I'm just going to reconnect it. And then once it's connected, I can start to use both machines again at the same time. I'm going to choose my settings, go right here to custom materials, and I can create a whole new setting. I can choose my cut pressure, I can choose the multi-cut, I can choose the blade, and I can save it, and I can name it whatever I want to do. Okay, and once I have all of that set up exactly how I want it, I'm not going to save this, but if this is your first time doing this, I would highly suggest you do save yours. Not just your setting, but actually save the file in case you want to get back to it. And then once I finish with all of that, I will click make. What I'm going to do right here is select my material settings. Right now I'm connected to my Cricut Explore Air 2 because I'm under the impression that I only have one deep point blade. I didn't realize that I had another one, but you'll see that once we get to the screen where it's time to add the chopping mats to the actual cutting mat. So I'm choosing the Dollar Tree chopping mat setting that I created, and it's asking for my deep point blade. Everything I'll do from here will be back on the camera. Come to find out, I do have two deep point blades, so I will be cutting with both machines at the same time. So shout out to being a shopper like me. So I'm going to put one here in my Cricut Explore Air 2, and I'll put the other one in my Cricut Maker. And so I have two purple mats, and the Dollar Tree chopping mats come 2 in a pack. So I'm just going to quickly open this. Now, at the beginning of the video, I told you there was a secret to cutting these. I'm going to share with you right now. The secret to getting good results with these is to cut on the frosted side. So there's a side that feels rough, and then there's a side that feels really smooth. When I tried cutting on the smooth side, I had a hard time punching the cut out pieces. But when you cut on this side, the frosted, the rough side, it just works better for some reason, okay? So if you're going to be doing this, just remember that little tip. So I'm going to put this down on the mat, and I am going to add painter's tape around it. And it's okay if the tape folds over the edge. like this. I'm just gonna fold it over like that. Now I also found these cute little bags. So like if my kids were little or younger, if I was doing something with, you know, a youth group and I wanted to make cute little bags, I could with these stencils. But if you have young children, maybe there's something you could do. Make little bags, little goodie bags or something like that. Okay, so here's my painter's tape. Here is my Cricut Explorer 2. And I will go ahead and get this one going while I'm still preparing that mat right there. So let me go back to the other side and get it going. While my Cricut Maker is still going, I'm going to go ahead and take this off the mat. I can see that it's finished because the pieces started coming out. So the Cricut Explorer Air actually did better than the Maker. Well, still gonna do the same thing, but let's just be sure before we take it off too fast. Look at that. That looks really, really good. That looks great. That looks excellent. So, I mean, if I wanted to just be on the safe side, I could like let it go one more time. But I do think I could just punch these out. You know what? I am going to let it go one more time because I don't want to have any drama. Even though for the most part they cut all the way through, I am going to just let them go one more time just so I don't have a problem, because I was having a hard time just even removing that R, the top of the R. So the Cricut Explorer 2 is already finished, so I'm going to remove it. And my Cricut Maker had a little bit of drama, so I'll let it keep going. And we'll see how this did. Did pretty good. Come on! Let's see. It did a really good job. Did a really, really good job. I just need to punch these little pieces out. And when that finishes, I will give you my final thoughts about this video. But while we are waiting, or while you're waiting, leave me a comment down below and let me know if you plan to try to make your own stencils so you can stop buying stencils, because that's, you know, as a crafter, any way to save money, you should be ready to do it. All right, I'll come back when that's finished and I'll give you my final thoughts. I'm gonna take this out. This actually gave me a lot of drama. I'm very surprised about the Cricut Maker because it's normally a stronger machine in my opinion. I am going to do my best to kind of get these punched out. It just did not cut all the way through the way the Cricut Explorer Air 2 did. Like, this is a really good, nice, clean cut. And I feel like with this, I even got that red blinking light, but I'm going to try to like punch the letters out and kind of get it cleaned up. I'll use my little finger knife right here and try to cut around and give me a little bit of a head start. But let me give you my final thoughts. So like I said, I'm gonna go over this with my knife and try to clean it up a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get these out all the way. I'm disappointed. I'm not even gonna lie. Now, do I think this is a fluke? I will say yes, because typically the Cricut Maker is a much stronger machine than the Cricut Explorer 2. And I have the original Cricut Maker, so maybe if I had a, you know, a newer version and a newer knife or a newer deep point blade, I wouldn't have had that problem. But even when I switched the blade from this machine to this one, I still didn't get a good cut. Maybe if I try it again with a newer deep point blade, I would get a better result. But honestly, I'm not going to do that. But hopefully you did find this helpful. Like I said, the best way to cut these Dollar Tree chopping mats is on the rough side, and use the heavy chipboard setting with a cut pressure of at least 340, and I would suggest doing 4 passes. Now, even though I did 4 passes, I had to do 4 passes 3 times to go all the way through. So if you're wondering like what's the right amount of times, I would say 4 passes, but do it 3 times, or you can just put it on 12 passes if that will work. But anyway, let me know down in the comments below if you plan to give this a try, or if you're just like, no, Delonda, I will just continue to buy stencils because I don't have time to waste on doing things like this. But now I will say, if I were you and I was thinking about trying it, I wouldn't try it with anything that has, you know, intricate cuts or small cuts. Definitely use a stencil font. If you can, there are stencil font options on the Creative Fabrica website. You can definitely do that. But hopefully you did find this helpful. If you did, please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications, because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye. There's my dog in the background. And now a word from our sponsor.